All right, we are live.
Hello, welcome to the Punk Rock Libertarians Podcast, episode 392 again. Thanks, Jared.
For real this time.
No, seriously this time. All right. I'm with Jared tonight. That
Hello,
sounded really,
everybody.
that was, I'm sorry. It made it sound like we were sleeping together.
Jesus.
Are you with me? Oh yeah, we were together tonight.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, all right? Yeah.
That was an attractive man.
Yeah, right. So we also got Alex Schlegel.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, the Russian malinformation bot is returned.
Oh,
Great to be with
Hello.
you.
Jane's bad. Welcome on. And I should ask you, but this is Anarchist Mom, also aka Felony Melanie, aka 100 different names. I'm sure I'm friends with one of your accounts on Facebook. But,
if you're really elite, you're friends with Melanie at least with 3 or 4 accounts, right?
Right.
Like if you're only friends with her on one account, you're like riffraff, okay?
True.
No, we're happy to have you on. You're making your debut.
Well, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for letting me come on and play.
sure.
No
We've been
problem.
trying to class up the joint for a while now, so
Well, I
thank
don't
you
know
for
how
joining
classy
us.
I am, but we'll see.
We will.
We
see.
apologize.
shall
You've
see.
already taken a hit on your social credit score just by being here, but
I don't think it could get any lower, honestly.
Oh, you don't know how low we can go.
We've made Babs ashamed of this podcast before.
What?
that is it's actually true. Yeah, well, I would say semi-frequently. Yeah.
I was gonna say, well, we know what Babs has one line that I know of, and that's Harriet Tubman nudes. So I think that's
Yeah, if you cross
I
that
think that's
line,
where he draws the line.
that's how you get reprimanded.
I'm not
So we
against
won't do
Harriet
that.
Tubman nudes. I just don't feel it like a whole show should be devoted to that.
It so
I can
wasn't.
agree,
I
I
don't
can
know
agree
why.
with that.
I agree too. It's just, oh man, that was fun. No, that was a good show. But this one will be even better because
Yeah.
we've had a very interesting week. We got tons to talk about. Guys, I'm just warning you, we're gonna be a little meme heavy. Yeah, I think we're gonna come at you hot and heavy with the memes. But that's what the kids pay for.
So that
You
means
know?
make sure
So-
that you are watching us.
Yeah.
Although if you're already
yeah.
listening
Oh,
to
yeah.
us, it's too late.
Yeah.
So
well,
Yeah.
it doesn't
you,
really
no,
make
you
any
can,
sense.
We'll
but-
still describe them for the visually impaired.
right. And if Facebook hasn't completely taken us down after this podcast, then you'll know that we'll
You'll know we didn't
we've
go
done
far
something right.
enough.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
like a third tier filter, right? Because these horrible things are happening out in the world, right? You don't see them directly, but they get reported on by the news. But like, who wants to watch that garbage, right?
No.
So we don't see that. So a dedicated team of people put memes together to help us understand the world in a safe way, right? And now
Exactly.
here we're even taking that to the next level where we're going to maybe curate some of Otto's favorites, bring them out there and share them with you right now. So you don't even have to expose yourself to the wider like world of memes on these topics.
Yeah, it's dangerous out there.
Right. It is dangerous out there, but we're gonna keep you as safe as possible here. This is your safe space.
My safe
This
space.
is your meme safe space.
Yeah, it's your meme safe space. So I think the best thing. So I just got back from Delaware. I was at the Delaware convention, the real Delaware, and it was such a fun time. I got to hang
Wait,
out
hold on.
with,
What's the fake Delaware?
Oh, we'll talk about it later.
Oh, okay.
That's a story for another day, my friend. But anywho, so I was at the Delaware convention. I got to speak, and
Whoa.
some
Speaking engagement.
yeah, I was there with Dan Smott, Scott
Wait,
Horton.
you cross
spoke.
state lines?
Yes.
They let you cross state lines and speak.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it was cool. It was so
He
fun.
crossed
It was,
state lines.
so Scott Horton was there, and it was so hilarious because there was a church across the street just called Scott Church, not Scott's, just Scott Church. And so we got it. There's a picture of him posing in front of it. It's amazing.
I thought it was
just says Scott
photoshopped.
Church. No, it just says Scott Church, and it was like built from like the 1800s. It was there. It was great.
That's awesome.
And
Nice.
it was cool. It's right off of the border from on the Eastern Shore, so it was like an hour and a half drive for me, so it wasn't too bad.
Back then, they
But,
made Scots have their own churches. They're like,
Yeah.
you gotta have your own.
Yes.
Well, dude, let me tell you, Scott put on a sermon for us. The motherfucker went like 2.5 hours speaking.
Whoa.
Whoa.
About-
And that's
and
on like one breath.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude, he didn't even need to look down at his notes. He was just hitting it like left and right. And then, man, so then they gave him a 5-minute more, like in the background, they're like 5 minutes, and he goes, no, it's not gonna be 5 minutes. No, he's like, I just got the
5-hour limit. This is only 5 hours left.
He was just like, nah, I just got to like 2014 in Ukraine, so no, not gonna be 5 minutes, and it was so hilarious.
Wait, isn't that when history starts, or?
No, yeah, no, not with
God
Scott.
bless him, because who he's the reason that we really know anything in the libertarian movement about foreign policy. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, imagine if we had to get our information through like the regular sources. And the main, like those interviews that he does, right? Like, of course, he knows a lot, but when he's doing these interviews, like he gets some just world-class guests, people with the experience and the background, that it's not just some libertarian guy like giving you his version of history. Like this is, this content is rich and deep and extremely important.
Oh yeah, and he nailed every part. It was so great. Like it was just such a fun time. I got to speak for a little bit, but I was definitely before him. So Dan Smots was there. So I got this video of there's an incident happened during the comedy show. It was pretty bad. I posted it up here on the thing, Jared. I don't know if you want to go ahead and play this, but Dan Smots and Adam Nutter got into it during the convention. I want you to play it.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it was pretty brutal. This is the first
Jeremy
one
Kaufman's
I posted.
post here.
No. All the way up. Go to
Did
the
it come to
Facebook.
blows or?
Yeah. Well, there's video of it, and it's pretty accurate. So I need you to click on that, Jared. Let me know when you got it, because it took the whole crowd was just like, whoa. It's great. You got to play it.
Yeah, give me 1 second to cue this bad boy up.
Yeah.
How would you think this would compare to the LPPA knife fight?
Oh.
This was close. It was close. I don't know.
Okay.
So Dan Smots is the one, for everyone who doesn't remember, he's the one who made the video of me when we were talking to Joe Jorgensen. He made a video, made it look like I was snorting cocaine while talking to Joe Jorgensen.
Oh my God.
But this is what happened. So let's play it. Let's play it live.
Shout out Dan Smots. Dan Smots in the house. Or he leaves too. There he is, Dan. Dan looks like if Tim Burton drew a libertarian. That's what Dan Smots looks like. Dan Smots.
Just smack the shit out of me.
Name out your fucking mouth!
Oh,
That's great.
yeah, it was crazy, guys. I don't know. You
Holy
guys had to
shit.
be there. I'm glad they caught it on film, though. It was great.
I'm glad you survived.
Yeah. So I guess that brings us to what the hot topic that everyone is discussing. This is going through all libertarian and normie circles. Like, there's just no avoiding it. So I figure we should probably hit it from the top. But it was the smack heard around the world last night that no one was watching live because that show fucking sucks and all award ceremonies need to get
no one saw that shit
destroyed.
live.
Yeah, no one saw it live. Woke up, saw a bunch of memes, and so I was like, I have to see this. So we got this. Will Smith slapped the shit out of Chris Rock, allegedly. We don't know. This could be staged. These are actors.
Well, I mean, who's the one that wrote the narrative on this production? I think they got to get a lot of credit. I mean, Oscars. Like, who even remembers that Oscars were a thing? Like, and they're like giving themselves awards for movies that nobody even knew were made. Like, I thought like they shut all this down because of COVID, but no, they're still like we're still patting ourselves on the back. We're still got quote unquote films. Like, who cares, right? But now everybody cares. So kudos. For the audience that can't see it, this is a meme with who is that? A boxer?
Well, that's
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather. Chris Rock, after agreeing to be slapped on stage, and he's in front of these stacks of cash.
Yeah, I mean, come on now. Nobody's watching that shit. How can we possibly get the ratings up? Let's stage this. I don't know.
It could just be some, some improv, like personal stunt, work on, could have just been Will Smith going, oh, I need to get myself in the news,
Right.
like.
That's true, but you saw like pictures of him laughing about it right when Chris Rock said it, and then after Jada Pinkett like rolled her eyes and showed her disapproval or whatever, then he got up and she cucked him into doing it.
Yeah, he's
not the first time. Not the first time she's done that to him either, right?
Yeah.
Well, did you actually see the video and like actually confirm that? Because I heard that sort of narrative put out, but I didn't actually see it.
I saw. You can see him laughing. You can't see Jada. I don't think really.
No, you see him. You see what happens is you see the couple as sitting on stage and he's laughing and hasn't looked over to his wife yet. And then at the same time, she does like a smirk, like and then just rolls her eyes and gets real angry about it. And so then the screen pans back to Chris Rock. Yeah. And then it goes back to that, or it doesn't go back to them because Will Smith then just proceeds to walk on stage and slap him. And it looks like he connected because Chris Rock, he couldn't even like really formulate a sentence afterwards. He was just like,
yeah, and his eyes were all
kind of like
a
just sort of a sucker punch,
Yeah, it did.
Well, I don't think he expected it.
Well, and what was funny though is that like they didn't escort him out.
I know they gave him not only did they not escort him out, but he won for best actor.
And got a standing ovation.
Right, now, imagine if you were like speaking at an event, like at an LP, at like a stupid libertarian party thing, and somebody gets up on stage and bitch slaps you, right? And then is allowed to sit there and continue, right? Yeah, like say Sarwalk got up and bitch slapped you, and then was allowed to continue to sit there in the audience,
and then gets like a lifetime achievement award, from his work,
like a lifetime membership or whatever.
That would totally be LP style. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh, guys, Kyle's weighing in. Kyle Wagner says, I thought it was real. I think it just took him a moment to process that the joke was an insult.
See, I don't think the joke was an insult. Did you see Demi Moore in G.I. Jane?
I didn't even hear the joke.
She was hot.
The joke was basically about her being bald.
Right.
Which apparently she has like alopecia, which is like a
right. But
no one knew she had that.
Bald doesn't mean she's ugly. He just said you're going all G.I. Jane.
She looks like G.I. Jane, yeah. But it wasn't the first time that he ripped on her at an award show either. Did you see the other time? Because she apparently like boycotted it, I guess, like last year or some recent year. Because Will Smith didn't get nominated or some shit.
Yeah.
So he was mocking her for that.
Is there some inside Hollywood feuding going on there? Like,
I mean, who knows? I think it's just
Chris Rock's mad because he didn't get to be on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or Men in Black or
could be.
I have to say, I mean, as far as entertainers, I think Will's done like at least I find him more entertaining, But
don't you think he's gone kind of off the rails this last year or so? I mean, don't you think he's had some like bizarre behavior?
Double vax and boosted.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, he's had this whole thing
going on with Epstein's Island thing. Did he was on the list on Lolita Express?
I think he was on the list.
Ugh.
No way, he was.
That's what I heard. I don't know.
No, which one? Wait, Chris Rock or Will Smith?
Will Smith, not Chris Rock.
Oh.
Will Smith.
I can't watch any shit. Like I can't watch anything from Hollywood anymore. Now that so much has come out the past couple years and all these implications, it's just.
Yep.
All those like pedophiles.
Yeah, right? I know. I do a good job. I have a good job. Like, cause so the drummer of the Foo Fighters died this week, and
double vaxxed and boosted.
He also had a lot more drugs in his
system. Let's not take
also
advantage of his death for our own,
Wait, but you know what though? They get what they deserve.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they started touring again and they required that their audience be vaccinated and they
that
had
doesn't mean you're wishing death on the drummer.
No, but just saying.
They used to be like my favorite band of all time, and I've seen them like live 4 times. And once they pulled this shit during COVID, it's like I can't even like them anymore. And I used to have like their whole discography on my playlist and everything, and I can't even listen to them anymore because it just makes me so mad and sad.
And I never really, and you're a fan. I never really liked them because I just was like, I just never liked them. And then once they did that, I'm like, yeah, now I definitely don't like them.
Yeah.
I was like, I was never a huge fan. I never like disliked them, but I never was like their biggest fan. I was like, 1 or 2 of their songs. Never had any of their albums or anything. Never would pay to go see them. But once they pulled that, I'm like, fuck no. You guys are so.
Well, I read that Taylor Hawkins his heart was like 2 times the size of a regular male heart. He was probably on so many drugs.
It's like Grinch level.
Almost, yeah.
Grinch level.
Grinch level. Oh, it's hard. Oh, yeah.
Well, wasn't his heart
Grinch's
small?
heart grew like 3,000%.
Yeah.
Grinch's heart was
something?
small.
It was small, then it grew back to normal size, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
The inverse Grinch.
Yeah,
Inverse Grinch.
Inverse Grinch. I think that's a podcast title right there.
I've already got meme safe space though.
Okay, there you go.
We'll have to
But
put
yeah,
up a
Grew
poll.
3 sizes that day. No, that's right. Well,
Wait,
in
was that
Blueville,
before or
they
after
say
the
that
booster?
Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes.
Yeah, was that
day.
myocarditis related or what?
Okay,
Right.
look, I'm just quoting the Grinch. All right, like just in case you thought I was off topic there.
The heroin could have had a bad reaction with the graphene oxide in his veins, you know? I don't know.
Exactly.
Who knows?
Well, my thing is, I can separate all of this stuff. I'm like, my dad was totally like, oh, I'm not watching that. Like, he couldn't like anything with, because my dad was a Vietnam vet, but like anything with Jane Fonda, he couldn't. I mean, he could not
Yes.
stand. Like, he was like, I can't watch it. I can't look at her. And I'm like, I get it, but I can completely separate that because I grew up listening to punk music, and and all these people just completely jumped the shark.
Yeah.
Years ago,
Oh my
even before
God,
COVID, they jumped the
did.
shark. So it's like I learned to just separate them from their politics, and same thing with movies, and I just kind of enjoy it as I can. Other way, there'd be no way to consume any. I'd have to be like on a Ted Kaczynski level and just go in the woods.
That's how I feel about AOC.
Ted Kaczynski is dying. They moved
know.
him
He
to
was-
a federal penitentiary hospital.
He has some kind of brain cancer or something.
Yeah.
right?
My
That
kids are all
sucks.
real upset about it.
They'll probably be. They'll probably.
Do
be
they write him
released
letters?
after all
Not
this.
Uncle Ted. Did they write
your
letters
kids
to
write Uncle Ted?
No,
Letters.
but one of my sons, he's just like totally into him, and like he's been, reading his manifesto and telling me about it, and just I don't know.
Listen
How
to
old is
Pete
he?
Quinones 10-part podcast series on Ted Kaczynski.
How old is this?
Reading
How
that.
old is
That's
your
going to
kid?
do wonders for your social credit score, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
you're in the
big shout
negatives now.
out to Brian. Brian's just sent me a picture. And he says he's watching us on his big screen TV in his living room.
Aww.
So that's awesome.
Sorry for that.
We apologize in advance.
Sorry, you have
I
to look
hope
at.
it's not. I hope it's not 4K. That's all. I'm gonna say.
Well,
Please
I think I look good in
downscale
4K.
your resolution,
we
please.
probably have one more
And
viewer
your
than the
expectations.
Oscars. That's possibly one more viewer than the Oscars, and people actually watch that.
Yeah.
Because, dude, they're so fucking desperate for ratings. I
And there's
mean,
no chance of anyone getting slapped here.
Well,
Unless it's from someone not on the podcast.
Yeah.
Unless
I mean,
Otto's
it'd be
wife
a
just comes
negligent
out and
Yeah,
whaps
she
you.
is expected to be back soon, so I don't know. I'm not sure.
you got your best
Keep your-
behavior, man.
Just keep your hands up, Otto.
Or my daughter, my daughters like to sneak down here on doing the podcast. Like,
Keep your head on a
hide
swivel,
behind
man.
me.
They're pretty
I know.
non-violent, though.
Yeah, they have their moments. But
enough.
but yeah, so I can separate everything with from the industry, but like but what Alex was saying, the narrative, I don't even know, was this the Academy Awards or the Oscars? I have no clue what this show
It's
was.
the
I don't-
Oscars.
Oscars.
It was the Oscar. Okay. So
Which
I
is
know
the
that-
Academy Awards, right?
But aren't they the same thing?
That's the same
It is?
show. Yeah.
I didn't fucking know. I had no
Yeah,
clue.
there's the Oscars and the Emmys, right? Those are like the
Yeah.
big. The Emmys are TV. The Oscars are
Gotcha.
movies.
All right. Well, you
Yeah.
learn something. The more you learn.
What's the one that's for plays?
Tony.
The
Tonys.
Tonys?
The Tonys.
Is that? I'm
Oh,
sure that's really big, right?
Oh, I'm sure it's up.
What kind of slaps are they handing out there?
Yeah, like, for the award for best musical theater. Like,
Oh, sorry. All of Broadway's been shut down still. So next year.
Oh, but so what Alex was saying. So I listened to a bunch of normie sports talk radio.
Oh, that's all they were
And-
talking about today.
They were talking, but before that, like the lead up to it is like the ratings have never been lower. Like no one's watching this because one of the hosts, he like loves award shows, and the other host is like me and hates award shows, and so he's just like, no one's ever watching this. He's just like, so he's always been like, the ratings are going out each year. And that was the narrative that they just between those two were talking about. And you'd also see some stories here and there on Facebook or come across Twitter that would just talk about how bad the ratings were. So then for something like this to happen, it kind of makes you scratch your head. You're like,
is there a Klaus Schwab tie-in? Like, I feel like,
but I mean, Otto,
I know it sounds crazy to think that this could be part of like the World Economic Forum's agenda, but I swear to God, everything else is. So why wouldn't?
Well, they got to build. I think it's obvious over the past couple of years, people are just checking out of mainstream, whether it be movies, music, anything.
I think it's time to reinforce Hollywood. It's time
to
bolster Hollywood.
Yeah, trust them. Right. We got to get them because they will do their bidding. So we got to
generate. Right. Yeah, they do their part for the war effort. We make sure that that they stay relevant.
They did their bidding. They did our pharmaceutical bidding, and
they did a great job with that.
And my gosh! And now this drummer from the Foo Fighters, he did our bidding while they're doing this tour. I mean, all your Twitter
we
feed
knew
today.
There was going to be some collateral damage, but their sacrifices noted.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
here's got to be sacrifices.
Now speaking of sacrificing, this is where the conspiracy brain is going. So all in my Twitter feed was all about the passing of the Foo Fighters drummer and all about obviously the Oscars last night. But prior to that, like I was getting these sponsored promoted ads for this Foo Fighters movie, this Hollywood movie called something called Foo Fighters 666.
Yep.
Oh yeah, 666. Yeah.
Yeah.
Studio 666, something like that.
Yeah, Studio 666.
Record their album in this haunted house or something.
Yeah, and it's all there's some demonic shit in it, and it's all right, so maybe this drummer was sacrificed because that was what they were told at Bohemian Grove with Klaus Schwab in front of Moloch. They were like, look, Taylor Hawkins has to go, all right?
Think about it. In any band, isn't the drummer usually the most expendable?
Right.
Oh, not him, no.
No, yeah, well,
not
player.
I mean, not
Spinal Tap. How many
the bass player, dude. The bass player is usually the
always
the bass player.
How many drummers in Spinal Tap? How many drummers? I mean, Spinal Tap went through so many drummers. But
my point is made, right?
Exactly.
Yes, the fake band from the fake movie.
Yeah.
Is my evidence.
And I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking to my docs.
Sticking to my docs.
Man.
Who knows? Oh God.
I don't know though. I mean, is that Otto?
Ringo Starr is still alive, isn't he?
Right. Well, he was giving condolences. Right? So then all these famous drummers, all these famous musicians, all these drummers that are still alive are all Twitter my condolences. I'm so sorry to hear this. Blah blah blah. It's they're just trying to reinforce and re-engage us with the mainstream, and it's just they're bombarding us with it. So why not? It's hey, Will Smith, hey, Chris Rock, because he's been pushing this vax shit kind of subtly.
Let's get attention back on the celebrities instead of Ukrainian Nazi biolabs.
Right. and there's this laptop with with and child porn by our president's son that's being confirmed.
Grift and political favors and screw that. Let's not
the funding for the biolabs that's tied to Hunter Biden's company that he's been installed to basically work for.
Who saw that coming? That I'm thinking Nazi biolabs, Fauci, right? That was the go-to, right? But then it turns out Nazi biolabs, Hunter Biden. I like the way they put a twist in this season.
Well, speaking of Clown World, I have my Clown World submission here. It's tied into this, so if you want to click on that link and you read the thread, I shared it from the Punk Rock Libertarians Twitter account this evening. So if you want to pull up the tweets, J-Rod.
The tweets.
Yeah, the tweets of the docs.
Yeah, follow the
Wait,
PRL
which
on
tweets
the
are we
Twitter.
talking about?
Yeah, it's at Punk Rock Liberty. So it's the one I posted. It says Clown World, and should take you right to it, right in our little comment section there.
Maybe Fauci's still going to show up later in the season on the Ukrainian Nazi biolab plot line. Wouldn't that be neat if he's twisted into this plot, because it's he kind of disappeared, but then it'd be normal to bring back the villain for the
he's going to come
showdown.
back. Yeah. He's going to come back after the midterm elections, because he's already said that there's going to be more restrictions later on when COVID comes back, and that's going to be after the midterms. He's coming back.
Oh, 100%. I hope they contest the election long enough to give us a little more rest.
Yeah.
And forget the suburban anarchist or agorists. Like, forget the food shortages. I mean, that's another thing that's kind of being glossed over. I mean, Biden straight up admitting, like, hey, there might be food shortages.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, like now that you've survived the winter of misery and death,
here comes the food shortages.
No. Okay, go back. Oh no, that's it. Never mind. That was it. Sorry.
All right. So you said it's always pronouns in the bio from our account. And then the tweet that you quoted it says Chris Rock's one joke was rooted in misogynoir. I didn't know that was a fucking word.
Here we go. Read the next one.
Texturism and ableism. What is texturism?
Oh shit! New isms just dropped.
Like her hair doesn't have
the right texture. It happen in real time. There it is.
Now rating a black woman in a room full of her peers on live TV. The fact y'all don't see that as violent is beyond me.
Oh my god! Violence. Please.
What's wrong one?
Clown world. There we go. That's clown world.
That's clown world.
All right. Let me tell you one that I saw today. So it was this one lady, and she was saying that Jada Will, Chris Rock thing. That's black people folk talk. So all you white people need to tread lightly.
Oh god.
So so it's okay for them to just like assault each other.
I guess.
I've heard that too, right?
Yeah,
well, and only if you're white, you're supposed to ignore black on black violence, right? Isn't that that's the narrative?
Absolutely true. You can't even bring it up. You're not allowed to, because it doesn't matter. I mean, they can kill themselves all they want, but God forbid a white person do it.
Yeah. I mean, what's Chris Rock's opinion on this? Is he okay with getting slapped in the face?
Dude, he's still counting his ones. He's still counting his ones. That's true. Ain't nobody got time for that.
At least I did hear that he's like, no, I'm not going to file a police report. Like, that would have been embarrassing if he had done that. Like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a bitch move. But
but he could have been a bitch.
He could have, but he could have
like Alec Baldwin would have, right? Like like a lot of the Hollywood class would have.
Was Alec Baldwin at the Oscars? I wonder.
Yeah, why couldn't he shoot Will Smith before he got up there?
Did you guys see that tweet where some guy was like, I'm glad that that Chris Rock didn't insult Alec Baldwin's wife or something? That was so funny.
Oh, damn, right?
Well, did Alec Baldwin, did his film get any awards?
No.
Did he even finish shooting?
Yeah. Well,
it finished shooting. All right.
He ran out of bullets. Yeah.
There was a malfunction.
And what happened to the movie? He had to stop shooting when he ran out of bullets.
Oh. Fuck. Oh, we're going to hell.
Oh, we already punched that ticket a long time ago, my friend.
Yeah.
Speaking of going to hell, Madeleine Albright.
Yes.
Oh!
Yay!
No.
Good segue.
Okay. No. There's
no. She lived too long, right? How old was she? Like 90 something? 100?
She was
too old.
What is it with these motherfuckers?
Justice. Okay, she made it to the end. Like, she got all the way and got away with it.
Dude, Henry Kissinger's still alive. He's like 90 something. Castro lived to be like 90 something.
I know.
Still like a sliver of hope for justice there, but I'm not going to.
McCain made it to like 80, right?
Right.
I'm sick of these, like this class of supervillains just,
dying peaceful deaths.
I mean, come on, world,
Right.
It's not fair.
Yeah, that was great. But yeah, so so she's dead. So I don't know if we ever find
her famous clip.
Yeah,
Did you send it to me?
It's kind of a downer. Let me see if I
mean, just Google it. Come on, or
Google it.
Just
I think it's a downer that she's dead. I think it's great. One less supervillain in the world, right?
No, he's
but there's like 10. There's like 10 of them trying to fill her spot though. As soon as they go, a neocon, they spring up.
There's no shortage of them.
Like cancer, just coming.
Yeah. Right did they give her like state funeral treatment, or is everyone's flag at half mast and whatnot?
Oh
yeah, I think
is everyone's flagpole half erect?
Did any regime libertarians give any praises?
Yep. Yeah, there was I think I don't want to say for sure, but I'm pretty sure I heard he did, and I think Reason Magazine also did too.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Did what?
You said Starwalk?
I think so. You can dig the docs. I'll admit if I'm wrong. I'll because he's very sensitive about that. If you get something wrong,
well, I mean, I'm sure as you know, he doesn't want to piss off his CIA coworkers.
But yeah, so I don't know if you got the video for. Here we go. So this was just so gross.
So this is an interview with Madeleine Albright during the Clinton administration, responding to a question about the devastating effects of sanctions imposed on Iraq after the Persian Gulf War in 1990 to 1991. According to the UN, hundreds of thousands of Iraqi children died as a result of the sanctions, and Albright is asked if those deaths are worth it to the U.S.
We have heard that 500,000 children have died. I mean, that's more children than died in Hiroshima. And you know, is the price worth it? I think this is a very hard choice, but we think the price is worth it.
Ugh.
Gross.
Well, that shows who they are. And remember, that is sanctions, okay?
Yeah.
That's not even people that died during bombings. I mean, sure, they had wiped out like a lot of the water treatment facilities and stuff during the bombing, but those sanctions prevented them from rebuilding water purification, and hundreds of thousands of children died of dysentery, which would be, I can't imagine a more horrible way to watch your baby die, right? Like, and this is the kind of sick shit that sanctions do. So when people are calling for sanctions, remember. And then where did we hear about that event again, right? Fast forward to 2001, it was specifically mentioned as one of the reasons for bin Laden to attack the World Trade Centers.
Exactly.
Yep.
So, you know, payback's a bitch, you know, and a lot of innocent people, you know, have gotten hurt since then. And so, yeah, sorry, Madeleine.
They really just hate us for our freedom, though, okay? It's just for our freedom. Stick with it.
Why are these people allowed to walk around? You know, I mean, literally, why aren't they on trial? Why aren't they in prison for the rest of their lives with the kind of crimes that they've committed?
Trust the plan, Babs. Another month or two. That's what Q said. It's all coming down.
Yeah. I just found out there was a Reno 911 special from last year called Reno 911: The Hunt for QAnon. Did you see this?
Is it good?
No, I'm sure
Paramount Plus. It's hilarious.
I'll be okay. I would bet it's nothing but propagandist trash, but yeah, I'm willing to be wrong.
Because you got to bring it back a classic and revisit it 20 years later to bring on that nostalgia, to bring back the idiots in our generation back to the regular scheduled programming.
Yep.
Like, it just seems like in all sectors of like everything mainstream, it just seems like everything's being propagandized to just like make this generation forget about the shit about like, oh, Ukraine bad, we got to sanction Russia. But yet we're old enough to remember, hey, remember the war on terror? Remember the fucking Iraq war? Remember all that?
They don't. They never learned that to begin with.
It's so sad.
Still tell you, I bet you if you polled people, I bet you half of Americans think Saddam Hussein had something to do with 9/11.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you think
I think they recently did that poll.
That no one has any kind of attention span. I mean, it's just like you go from one thing to another, and then once you go to the next thing, they forget all about the thing that just happened.
It's gold. They're like goldfish brains, like just
bouncing around in the aquarium. That far.
Like it's like a bunch of goldfish in this fucking fish tank, just constantly being distracted and forgetting. Like yeah. So they're just I don't know. It just seems like whenever there's fuckery afloat, it just seems like, I don't know, society just drifts in two different directions, and there's such a like hard push by mainstream to just bring our attention back to something to distract or to just propagandize us, to just be like keep that normie brain going 100%.
Well, they've got to keep you like in this heightened sense of awareness and like complete abject fear, or else you won't be easily manipulated and they won't be able to control you. That's why it's just like one thing after another.
Yeah, so there's enough going on with war. We like Fauci will probably be brought back in after the midterms to like gin up some like more COVID fear.
Well, wait, don't forget cyber attacks.
Oh, what did you learn at your recent Davos trip,
Jared? Pull up the meme, Jared. I got it.
What did Mr. Schwab tell you at the meeting?
Now that you survived the winter of severe illness and death, right? That the corporate America has been told it's their patriotic duty to defend against Russian cyber attacks.
Whoa.
Well, do you remember like June or July of last year? Biden gave a list of places not to attack.
Wait, describe the meme for our visually impaired audience at home.
Go for it, Otto.
It is a picture of Klaus Schwab in front of the World Economic Forum podium saying, "The Russians are behind the cyber attacks that haven't happened yet."
And it's like a I don't know, how do you describe it's like a line it's like a line drawing.
Yeah, it's like a line drawing on him.
And it says World Economic Forum on his podium, and he's got a hammer and sickle badge on his vest.
We'll tweet it. We'll tweet it back out again. We'll retweet it.
Oh yeah, I'll read. It's on there. Go to at Punk Rock Liberty. You'll find some classic memes. And on Instagram. Go to our Instagram. Punk Rock Libertarians on Instagram. Check it out. Give us a like. We're growing every day because our podcast or our well, not the podcast, but the memes are fire. Podcast, not so much.
Yeah. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
We got too many memes.
Yeah, I know. The memes are so good this past week. I've been really happy with them.
Well, I think the closer we get to World War III, the danker the memes are going to get. I think this is just Biden warns Russian cyber attacks coming.
Oh my gosh.
The president tells companies to immediately harden their defenses against potential Russian cyber attacks.
Let me guess. There's no we don't actually have any specific intelligence indicating a cyber attack is going to happen, but we're still telling you to be afraid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's based on evolving intelligence.
Right. Our intelligence is evolving.
I just think
it's not quite come to fruition.
We're currently at the lizard stage of evolution, and
we're still planning it. You know, we got some revisions in the blueprint
yet.
I just want to thank Joe Biden for being like almost the new Paul Revere, the 21st century Paul Revere, and warning us that the cyber attacks are coming.
No, he's
I just want to thank him. Thank you so much.
Dude, he's got dementia. He's in these meetings at Davos, and they're like, he's part of the World Economic Forum. They gotta, and then he's just like bumbling. They're like, God damn it, Joe, you're supposed to shut the fuck up about that. Klaus is probably so pissed at him.
Well, that thing in you're talking about the thing he did in Poland, where he went off teleprompter.
Oh my God!
Scott was pissed about this, and he was just like, "Well,
this could trigger serious violence and escalation."
Yeah,
I don't know if we want to show the clip, but Putin said,
"Let's find the docs."
What did he say about? I mean, what did Biden say about Putin?
Like he should not exist.
Well, he called for
basically called for assassination.
Let's hear it.
Yeah. Here we go.
Vladimir Putin. Let there be no doubt that this war has already been a strategic failure for Russia already.
Look at those squinty eyes. Oh my God.
Here comes Meat Joe.
Having lost children myself, I know that's no solace to the people who lost family. But he, Putin, thought Ukrainians would roll over and not fight. Not much of a student of history. Ukraine will never be a victory for Russia, for free people refused to live in a world of hopelessness and darkness. We will have a different future, a brighter future, rooted in democracy and principle, hope and light, of decency and dignity, of freedom and possibilities.
Nazis.
For God's sake, this man cannot remain in power. God bless you all.
There it is.
And may God defend our freedom.
Let's hear that again.
God bless you all. Decency and dignity, of freedom and possibilities. This man cannot remain in power.
Oof.
God.
Wait a minute. That was on the teleprompter. That was not improvised, right? Tell me that wasn't right in with the speech.
Oh no, the White House came out. The White House came out real strong and said, "No, that's not what he meant. That's not what he meant. That's not what he meant." Like,
but
what did he mean?
Do you think that was really improvised, or do you think that was on the teleprompter? Because it sure looked like.
I think it was on the teleprompter. I think they just are playing damage control or something.
I think it's on the teleprompter too. It was too smooth. It was too smooth.
Yeah, because we've all heard him when he's just freelancing. I mean, freestyling.
maybe
Joe has a distinctive ring.
Maybe he skipped a line though on the teleprompter. Like maybe he was supposed to say he's not supposed to exist in power or something. Like he skipped a line and it totally bumbled it. Because if I listened to like the lowlights of this clip or of the entire speech, and it's so pathetic where NPR is like, President Biden gave an impassioned speech in Poland, an amazing speech. And it's like Gafford, and like he's mumbling, he's stumbling, like he's mixing words. Like it is just a fucking blooper reel. So it's like, did he like the fact that they're having to cover for him, like where it's like, holy shit, he's like a ticking fucking time bomb up there. Like any given moment,
he almost got the nukes flying.
Yeah,
like
what the fuck?
Whoa.
Okay, all right. So here's the official. So there's real stories behind this. This is of recently too. So the White House came out and immediately responded and said the president's point was that Putin cannot be allowed to exercise power over his neighbors or the region. He was not discussing Putin's power in Russia or regime change. That's what he.
Yeah, you didn't hear what he said. Is what.
But then
saying.
Listen to this.
Like don't listen
News.
To your own ears.
Right.
We're telling you what he meant, which is obviously nothing like what he said.
Right.
Listen to this. Listen to this. This is what NBC News as of 5 hours ago. This is Monday as we're recording. NBC headline news says Biden stands by saying Putin shouldn't stay in power. Quote, "I'm not walking anything back." End quote.
Whoa!
Jesus Christ, that was total Meat Joe going on.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if Putin was like Joe Biden cannot remain in power. Like, how would the White House react to that?
We would be bombing within minutes.
Do you think there could be some kind of split amongst the teleprompter writers? Right, where some of the writers actually like want this tough guy stance, and then the other handlers like don't, because it just seems like an inconsistent message from whoever's running it, whoever runs him.
A teleprompter writer could literally cause nuclear war.
Hey, you got me to say 390
just by feeding him the wrong lines at the wrong time.
You got me to say 392 last week when it was 391.
See,
so
it's not hard. It's not hard when you've got idiots on the line.
Hey. I'm no better than Joe Biden right now. All right.
I mean, imagine if that's how World War III starts. It was just for the lulls to see what somebody was like. I wonder if we could make him say this and put it on the teleprompter.
Yeah. It's like that meme. Oh yeah, it's like that meme where they're like, tell him to say Vladimir Putin can't remain in power, and then he does it, and it goes back to the what is that? The show, and they're all laughing hysterically. What is that?
The pranksters and Practical Jokers.
Practical Jokers.
Practical Jokers.
Practical.
Well, wasn't there something where he was reading the teleprompter and he went right to the end where it says like end of text?
Yep.
It was something.
He said it. He said it. Yes,
he did.
End text like or end message or something.
Man, end text.
It's got. Oh my god! But dude, his blooper.
Can't they just turn the teleprompter towards the camera? Okay, like let's think about this as a compromise. Okay, we'll be ruled by a teleprompter. Okay, fine, right? Why do we have to have this senile guy who can barely stop from pooping himself be the relay between what the masters want for us, right, and what we have to hear?
Exactly.
Cut out the middleman, right?
Yeah. I mean, doesn't that work better for everybody? It's just save time.
So let me ask you guys this. Why does not anyone think that Joe Biden looks like he has just plastic over his face, kind of like he's not even a real person? I mean, I'm not saying that this is some weird conspiracy or whatever, but he does not look. I mean, it's like Weekend at Bernie's shit going on.
He's had a lot of facelifts.
Well, I think we've seen
why his
put,
ears
like,
are all
do
like
those like
his ears
tape
like
things
shift.
where they like try to stretch your face.
Yeah.
Like or like you ever use those like chip clips on like a bag of chips?
Yes.
And if they grab him by the back of the head and like stretch his face and then just put that clip on there.
Well,
it's like that meme, that Simpsons meme.
Simpson,
where
Homer.
Yeah.
Was that where it was? See, that must be where I've seen that.
Yeah.
It's the memes gone, Babs. They've gone straight to your head.
The memes,
right?
Oh
It's just integrated in my culture now at a basic level now.
Yeah, we're going hard on the memes today. I mean, like shit.
You know why?
A meme reviewing podcast.
It's kind of like this guy, right? Earl from Men in Black.
Listening audience, that's a character from Men in Black, right?
Oh, that was Vincent D'Onofrio's character. He's an amazing actor.
Speaking of Will Smith, this brings it back around.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
It all comes full circle.
Full circle.
Circling back.
Which was this? Was this a metaphor for the elites? I mean, he's literally like a bug creature that's wearing like a human skin, and trying to destroy the world or take over.
Men in Black was trying to tell us.
Wasn't that a Slayer? Wasn't that a Slayer?
Wasn't he just trying to leave? Like, what was he really?
I think at the end he was
movie?
just trying to leave, and Will Smith was like, "Nah, bitch, I'm killing you."
I don't remember, but
well, he was trying to like. What was he trying to the UFO at the like the World's Fair was actually like a real UFO, and he was trying to pilot it away. Or whatever.
It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
Oh yeah, yeah. To like, it has to be a fucking mess. Pull up this tweet, Jared. Like, I saw this shit, and it's like either it's a mask, he's a lizard person under there, or he's just had so much fucking work. I mean, let's be honest. In the 70s, he had like. He lost hair. He was bald in the 70s, and now he's like, but the pictures like through the years of Biden, it's like, is this the same fucking person?
Someone got him a subscription to the Hair Club for Men.
Look at that comb over. Okay, so yeah, going back to the 70s with that, and then probably vice president days.
Looks like he just got a good.
That's where it like gets weird, where the earlobe disappears.
Dude, his ear has changed.
Earlobe.
Look at that earlobe. Like all four of his ears are different looking.
Oh my god, they are.
Like, look at that.
The first two could be the same. I don't know. It's just a different angle, but.
But do you think the scriptwriter has changed, or just the meat structure?
Meat has changed.
I mean, let's be honest. Anybody like Jared level skill Photoshop could Photoshop some earlobes. So you wonder, are these pictures genuine? But
well, does it even matter? Like in a lot, sometimes like in a series, the character will continue, but they have a different actor play the character.
Like,
you know what I mean? Like. Right, like it just like sometimes you can get away with it in the series and nobody cares,
right?
Especially if it's a minor character that nobody paid attention to anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, some senator from Delaware just keep
like just play the role, sniff the kids, work for corporate America,
back the unions your entire life
off, start some wars, put a lot of black people in jail, you know what to do.
I wouldn't even put it past him at this point. Just to throw some new person in there. Oh no, this is Joe Biden. This has been him the whole time.
You're a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
Right, but they have there's some executive writers that try to keep it on canon. You know what I mean? Like I think they were the ones that objected when he made those statements about regime change in Russia. They're like, no, that's not canon. That's not approved by the script.
That's not canon. Oh man,
it's like Star Wars.
Oh
god,
funny.
That's so funny. Oh god, so true, so true. So, what else we got talking about?
There was another clown world. Speaking of the city council in Philadelphia, up in Babs' neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
My neck of the woods.
This is probably runner up in clown world this week, I would say.
City council is just legendary to just be batshit, corrupt, insane, uneducated.
Philly council member David O just called for a partial no-fly zone over Ukraine.
partial.
Yeah, what is a partial no-fly zone? Like just over like certain parts? Like,
I want to know how many how many Philly cops will David O be sending to the Ukraine to enforce this?
Yeah,
right.
Like, well, if he wants to send Philly cops, I might be on board. Okay, like I'm not sure.
Was this guy around when the city police bombed the city in the 80s, like bombed out the block?
That's a good question.
Does this guy remember the old times? Like, yeah, hey, we used to be able to enforce, like,
yeah, Philly knows something about warfare,
aerial bombing, and
yeah, like not too many U.S. cities have suffered aerial bombardment, but Philly's one of them.
Oh, I don't mean to laugh, but
dude, he survived it, and he's just like, why? It was probably some like in solidarity, like I don't know, who knows, but this guy has to be batshit crazy, or he is,
or he's got political aspirations,
or
that
he's
are
on
gonna
this
move him towards Washington. That's going to be towards weapons manufacturers. It's going to be towards the inner circle of Washington, probably. Right?
He's establishing a grift to
exactly.
Yep.
Oh, he wanted a no-fly zone over humanitarian convoys in Ukraine.
Wow.
That still means shooting down fucking planes.
Just keep your airplane just right over the convoy. Don't deviate.
What a fucking piece of shit. Oh God, yeah. I'm just calling for partial World War III.
Yeah.
And then what was great was that tweet that the guy put out. Like it was a blue check. There was 2 blue checks, but they were pretty funny responses to this councilman. I think I put it in the chat, Jared, but someone wrote like about the city councilman. I'm wondering how could they enforce this? And this tweet is just great, but
Philly cops.
Right.
Did you find the meme?
Yeah, it's in the chat. But it basically was the intro to Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He's like, don't worry, they already got an episode. The gang. It's a great meme. They're like, the gang tries to enforce a no-fly zone.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's
with your brutal screenshot here. Yikes.
I know, it's terrible. Oh. I know. It's rough. It's a rough link. Yeah.
See if I can zoom in on this little.
That's so funny.
Oh God, it's great. So can you read that from there?
Yeah.
Nobody can read that.
All right. It says apparently, like the guy's just reporting. Apparently, the Philadelphia City Council is voting on a no-fly zone for Ukraine today. I'm trying to figure out their enforcement mechanism. And someone responded with like "It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia" like intro screen, and it's with the title of the episode, and it says the gang enforces a no-fly zone.
That would be hilarious. Okay.
Oh man, yeah, clown world.
Like we don't want to just destroy our own city. We're looking for more destruction overseas. This is how this is
equal opportunity
politicians. This is the progressive politics where people look beyond their own community to destroy and want to have a bigger impact in the world.
Well, speaking of war, I don't know if you guys heard. I think maybe war is gay.
Oh my God, dude!
War is gay.
I don't know if you want to play this clip, Jared.
This is the most.
What the hell are you talking about?
War
I
is
can't think
gay.
of anything that's like less gay.
I don't know, Babs. This commercial might convince you.
Watch this. After you watch this video, you'll be convinced. War is gay. Right. It's good. War is good because it's gay.
All right.
So
let me cue this bad boy up.
Yeah. It's from our.
Just make sure I get.
This could probably something we could.
And since we're probably going to be banned now and canceled now for this.
Well,
this is obviously going to be against somebody's community standards. So whatever you guys from Fakeitarians, go ahead.
I was lobbying for this gentleman to possibly. Yeah. This is hilarious.
All right, let's take a listen.
Picture this.
Can you hear it?
Innocent people in the Middle East. They're having dinner. A bomb is dropped on their house. And they're all killed. What's the problem with this? It's being done by white men. I am Jeremy Kaufman, the Chief Diversity Officer at Halliburton and candidate for United States Senate. It is time to diversify the murderous military-industrial complex. We need to make the nukes gay. And that's why I'm running for office.
Yes.
Like my fellow Democrats and Republicans, I will support every war. I will support stealing billions of dollars from Americans to kill innocent people, but we are going to make it so gay.
Oh my
We will
God,
go
that's
down in the
perfect.
history books. We will say never have so many genders and so many races killed innocent people. Let's bomb Yemen. But let's make sure a rainbow of skin colors are dropping those bombs. These are going to be the gayest transist murders the United States has ever
birthing
performed.
persons of all bombs.
Diversity officer at Halliburton, and that's what I'll do once elected to the United States Senate.
Great.
I'm Jeremy Kaufman, and I'm gay for this message.
Oh my God, I
Make love war.
Oh my God, I love it.
Vote.
Like your pride depends on it.
I'm serious.
That's amazing.
That is the
For gay
best.
Senate.
For Senate.
So
I gotta thank Dan Smots for that. That's another Dan Smots video. It's so
that
Dan
is
Smots
brilliant.
production.
I'm outing him on this. Oh
That
God.
is so good.
That was really good.
That was
I know.
amazing.
and he was it would have been awesome if he could have possibly spoke at the Maryland Libertarian Convention, but
We got voted down on that.
it didn't.
You got
It didn't
voted
go over
down.
well.
We could talk about it. We could talk about it in the after hours. But
Yeah, I'll let you guys discuss it in the after hours.
yeah, that's something a Patreon, someone that actually will throw us some shekels,
right.
might actually want to listen to. So yeah, that because
But before we go, I just want to thank Felony Melanie here for coming on the podcast and commenting on this clown world of ours. And if you want to give out some places where people can find you, some of your social media links, what your Twitter link is, if you want to give that out to the people.
So right now, like on Facebook, I have to use Felonious Melanie because all my other accounts are banned.
how many?
I have 3 other accounts.
Damn. Okay.
Based.
And
She's
then
solid.
My Twitter is at Mom Anarchist, and I've got a BitChute podcast, the weekly podcast against the state. And if you can find me on YouTube, it's Anarchist Mom. And I have little daily, not daily, but maybe weekly rants that I record.
Yeah. Nice.
So I'm just everywhere, but under different names.
I was gonna say, everyone,
Can't
you
stop
probably
the
are
signal.
friends with her. Yeah.
You
Probably don't even know it.
are.
Melanie's probably been banned as much as like the 4 of us combined in the past couple weeks.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Dude, that's
clearly.
like I've only been in the Twitter sphere for a little over a year, and people go and they come back, and they go and they come back. But it's like, yeah.
Oh, guess what? I set up a new Twitter account today. I don't really use Twitter, but I had an idea of
wow.
maybe doing some advertising on Twitter. So I set up a special account just so I could run some ads. And I set up this account. I never did
instantly
anything.
banned.
I'm instantly banned. That is exactly right. I swear to God, before I could even run a first ad, I'm banned. And I have to get a request to not be banned.
Wait, gotta break some type of record.
Did you have a previous account on there that was banned?
No. And you're allowed to have multiple Twitter accounts, I'm
Yeah.
told anyway. But I didn't want this connected to my personal account in any way. So
Holy
it didn't have
shit.
any followers or anything or following anything or anything. Like it's just
It was just
they got
called
my payment info. I mean, literally, they got all my info. I went through all of this stuff. Banned. Like, all right.
Well,
You're just too
everyone
cool
press
for Twitter.
F in the comment section. Yeah. Press F in the comment section right now if for the Russian malinformation bot. So hopefully get some ads running. But let you guys know that we have an after hours podcast we're going to record right after this one. Hopefully, Melanie, you can join us for that for about another hour or so.
I'll be here.
Awesome. Perfect. So if you guys want to hear said podcast, you guys have to sign up for our Patreon. It's totally worth it. $1 a month. You get to listen to all of our past episodes, which are hilarious. And we reveal a lot of maybe too much information on there.
We just got a new patron.
Hell yeah.
Just 1 minute ago, Brian's
doing hell yeah. I know Brian.
Yay, Brian.
He was watching us on the big screen. So
he was the big screen guy.
Hell yes. We love you, Brian. And we'll love you too if you sign up for our Patreon. And if you don't like using Patreon and you feel the need to donate to the show, you can send us over Bitcoin and find other ways to donate to the show if you go to PRLfans.com. And we also have t-shirts for sale over at libertariancountry.com. If you use the code PRL or PRL Podcast, you will get a 10% discount. If you spend $50 or more, you can use the code PRL2 for a 20% discount. We're brought to you by Hidden in Plain Sight by Moral Bob. So check out his podcast.
And Moral Bob.
Yep, and we do too. And we also have stuff. If any of you guys feel the need for any CBD needs, go over to Wheelie's Pharmacy. Use the code PRL10 for a 10% discount for all your CBD needs. And that's about it. So until next time, live free
or die.